Hey family, welcome back. I'm going to try to talk louder because that's my one comment that I got back that someone said I needed to do better. So, we're going to talk today about working on your shadow. And just to give you an overview, I talk to you through a filter of science and spirituality, through life experiences that I've been through for the past 55 years and what's brought me up from and through my struggle, and to let you know and come with me in the fact that you do not have to struggle. You don't have to be broke. You don't have to be broken. In fact, you're not supposed to be. And all of the energy that is flooding into our solar system, not it's coming from our solar system to our planet right now, is giving you an extra boost to be able to rise up and expand in your frequency. So if you are feeling very thick, very in your body, and your body just feels like a density coat, it feels heavy on you and it hurts. A lot of times that's a sign of you're thinking too much, you're putting too much into all of the thought processes of the 3D world, you're putting too much of your energy centralized into thought processes of I hurt, I hate, I don't like this about this, negativity. So when you are putting your consciousness levels into lower states. And yes, I do realize that I should be able to click and put these charts up on the screen digitally, but this is where I am right now, so stick with me. But when you are in negative emotions and you anchor them as stories in your in your mind first, because everything starts in the mental realm, then you start repeating these stories from the moment you get up. So, and let's go back to what I always say, very first thought of the day, every day, as soon as consciousness hits your physical realm again, thank you. Gratitude for anything. You taking control of the first thought process as it comes into the now again gives you, your conscious you, not the ego you, control of the thoughts for the day. So that is where you take over and you stop letting the default program run you for that day. And what do I mean by default program? So there are installed programs from birth that a lot of us go through. And they are provided from our family that were teaching us to survive in a 3D world, in a world that they, in their upbringing, understood in their way, which is not our way, and is very quickly changing as we move into a more digitalized, into a more etherical realm, as we move up in density, as we move up in bandwidth. Different words mean different things and will resonate with different people. But these default programmings give us a feeling of helplessness and fear, like we got to have something from the outside world to protect us and to provide for us, to give to us. And we think that there is a lot of scarcity, a lot of lack, a lot of inadequacy. We don't feel adequate. So we start stuffing this body to ground it, basically, is what's going on when that happens with food, with pleasures, with drink, with smoke, with whatever it is that makes us come up, we feel like, from even momentarily to a higher realm out of the thickness and the density of this avatar, of this meat suit that is not really us. This is a shadow and an ego that we have created throughout some type of programming that we received from the time we were 0 until we were 7 years old. And that programming, unless we take over, plays out in our everyday life, no matter how old we are. So we've been taught that we've got to fight other people so that we can exist here, so that we can have more than they have, when that's not what it's going to be about anymore. There is a unity consciousness coming in with this flood of plasma light that's coming into us to be available to us more so this weekend. And this is going to continue throughout 2025 and be available to us so that we quit, or it's more easy to quit, judgments on everything, because we have judgments first in our perception, and then we root it into our body, and then we play those judgments out, and they victimize us. They make us see a reality that's playing inside of us because of our own judgments of this outside world. So we're going to talk about working on your shadow today. What came through this morning, I'm going to be reading this off. When you do undesirable things, just know that it's a shadow aspect of your Merkaba light body. So it's a result of an undesirable decision, a more unconscious decision, one that you did not put the light in long enough. But if you are living in default programming and you are just reacting, you've not slowed down enough to make space to where you can pull your thoughts back and not just spout off words, because our reaction is to speak straight out what we think has appeared in our mind. But just like we were on a field trip yesterday, and one of the teachers said the perfect thing, you can think that all day long, but that does not mean that the people around you need to hear what is in your head. Keep it to yourself. Shed the light of enlightenment on it, give it some discernment, and then decide, because that's what you are. You are the observer according to quantum physics, and that is the science level that we are on now. We're out of Newtonian laws. We know that that's archaic, and we are not even physical. We are transitionary. Everything is just changing form. We're just energy changing form. It may stay stable in that form for 80 years or so, but then it's meant to break down and become something else. And let's not get me started on that. My kids know. But these transmissions are coming through this form from the outside realm, and you have free choice over which one you want to choose. Do you want to choose a lower level, shadow, darker aspect of you, or do you want a lighter, expanded consciousness, easier flow with abundance kind of life? Because in the lower level worlds, lower bandwidths is what came through to me. Down here in the 2D narcissism world, the food that we eat, if it does not have sunshine inside of it, it can't get light or radiation really inside our bodies to kill parasites that grow inside of us, especially if we don't take things to keep these parasites under control. I know this sounds nuts for some people, but it'll resonate with a lot of you. And these parasitic beings are able to pull us down in density, down in bandwidth, down in energy, so that our energy drains our spiritual connection, it drains our physical body, it drains our metabolite body. So we have to lighten, enlighten, allow more information to flood the physical body. So we get all of our light, here's my wonderful drawing, all of our information through our central sun. Okay? And as we've talked about before, this sun comes into our physical body and gives us energy. And we're going to put the negative because this is where we balance out. If you feel a lot of pain inside your body, you're having too many positive energy reactions. And to balance those out, you need to get your bare feet or some earthing shoes, they sell those now, and make contact with the ground to ground that back out. You know, positive and negative balances each other out, and this is the ground. Go figure. But anyway, we're taking in information continually from everything around us. And then if we've got our little black screen devices, if you've ever heard of scrying, it's kind of what phones are. It's what they can be. Anyway, you're getting information from here all the time in the forms of your thoughts. And then as you're perceiving things, your perception comes out here, you get to develop emotions. Emotions are energy in motion. So as you decide through your perception, through your filter, what type of emotion you want to feel based off of the story that is playing in your reality right now, you will choose either a higher flying disc, is the way Abraham Hicks puts it, the higher choice, or you will choose the lower choice. At which moment, at which instant in the now, you will either rise up and be less dense, or you will stay down and stay more dense. With the energies that are becoming more and more available to us, we're having more of an opportunity and more of a wanting. And this has a lot to do with our solar system and which planets are in alignment and all this stuff that I'm not good at talking about. But I wish that's how we had been trained in school, because that's a lot of what really matters with this body that we run here, because this is where the spiritual plane and the physical plane meet. That's what we are. We've been made to think that we were a lowly subspecies without power. That's not true. And for those of you that identify with the word witch in the 3D, which I own a metaphysical shop, so that's tons of people that are coming into my store. And for the most part, what I've seen, this word, this label, gives them a sense of empowerment because it instokes fear in a lot of people, but it also invokes respect on a level because people know you have an awareness that there's an energy that's out there available to all of us. It's not just the chosen, as some would have you think. It's available to everybody all the time if they will slow down their thinking, their judgments through their perception, and just be neutral. Spirit speaks when your mind quietens down. Your true purpose will come through when you allow your ego to shut up. And if you've not done that already, then this is your sign, this is your message. That needs to happen now. You need to figure out how to make your subconscious thinking programming slow down and stop talking to you so much that you can't just be still and listen. Be still and know. Know thyself. Know what you feel. Know what you believe. Know who you are. Because you are divinity. I am put here to anchor and activate you and remind you of the truth of who you are. You feel it. You know you do. Or you wouldn't be listening, especially 16 minutes into this video. If you're still listening, this message is for you. You are divinity. You've been lying to yourself because you've forgotten. You agreed to come here on a particular mission. This is just like a Sims game of sorts. We came with a mission in mind, saying we could do it. We knew that we would lose the remembrance of the divinity, of our power, of what we truly have, of who we truly are. And we agreed to sign into this ego as whoever you are right now, whatever name you were given. But that's just a personality trait. Some people signed up to be a cat. Or some, not people, some energies. Because we are all fractals from the one divine energy. All of this is so scientific. It just clicks to me that way. But when we were the whole, and we still are, we've just came to see different aspects of all the different things we could be, of all the different roles we could play, of how we could be put in a situation and overcome that shit. That's what we came for. So whatever struggle it is that you think that you're having right now, you are about to overcome it. It's not going to be your struggle much longer because you are going to change your perception of what it is. And how do you do that? Gratitude. Being thankful for what you have instead of resentful of it, no matter what it is. That was hard for me at one point in time. I lived in government housing, which I thought was beneath me. I got slapped to the ground and found out it wasn't. But it was humbling. It let me see what I was supposed to be truly thankful for. Your perception of how you see the world changes when you change your mind. That Sister Hazel song was put in my life to remind me, if you want to be somebody else, change your mind. A girl told me when I worked in college, I had a job at a nursing home. And she said, Shelley, when you get out of this place, when you get out of your hometown and go away, you can become anybody you want to be. And that hit me. I was like, I guess I was like 22. What? She's right. And I did. But what changed? What changed was my perception of me. I was not meant to be broke or broken or broke down, even though I didn't allow myself to come through in a lot of ways then either. Let's stick to topic. Your perception of the world is going to give you your reality. So if you will start being grateful and giving gratitude, your perception of the world will rise up and will change. Because your shadow self, I don't know how to draw a shadow, but your shadow self will stop making so many dark decisions because the light will lift up your ability to perceive and your ability to make better decisions. Do good for you. That sounds corny, but making better decisions about your health, about your wellness, about spending time with you, about your inner self-talk, about the way that you think about other people, about the way that you're being nasty. Quit. Your words anchor you into what it is you're saying. And then you'll start telling the story and you're replaying crap that's pulling you down. And then it takes up time and it's a distraction from your mission, from your true life, from your joy, from your passion. Don't get caught up in the drama because it's only going to take you away from what you're here for. Don't get caught up in the politics. I know it's hard. Don't get caught up in what they're playing on the black screen to make us, and it is going on in a piece of our reality out there somewhere, but is it affecting you right now in your conscious space of now? If it's not, let it go. Because if it anchors inside of you, it's just going to pull you down. Think about that. Let it marinate. Come back to see me. Grug, so excited that we're all coming together to form a community. Can't wait to talk to you guys again. Love to you. Bye-bye.